Well. We have a dollar move on Tuesday. Silly bozo beast. God, it just cracks me up. Tells everyone, not only is it going down 45 cents, it's going down a dollar plus that, $1.45 on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, it didn't go anywhere. It stayed the same. Epic fail again on bozo beast. I might as well stop counting how many times he's failed. And then today, we have approximately a $1.25 move upwards, basically, in silver. You know, from the bottom to the top, we had a $1.25 move. It basically moved as far as, you know, up in the green, whatever, from where it started, a little over $1 or so. So, keep in mind, CFTC still hasn't defined the word swaps yet. Therefore, the spot month in silver, which would be affected within 60 days after they define that word, 60 days after that, would be you can't have a massive position, short position, or any position for that matter, in silver. You're only allowed X amount of contracts per entity, and it would only be the spot month, the month you're in, not all the other months after that, which there's tons of months you could, of course, short silver or do anything else with, which is why I said, technically, I won't feel really safe regarding silver, gold, or anything as far as commodities go until sometime in the year 2013, next year, and I realize we just started this year, but next year, because that's when the spot month and all other months will be included. So, at that point, it would be hard to manipulate the market, at least for one party. The problem, I guess you could say, if there's going to be a problem, would be all JP Morgan has to do is get with its banker friends, of course, and say, let's just spread the short position together, and I'll hold my maximum number, you can hold your maximum number, and you can hold your maximum number, and we'll all play the short game. Regardless of that, it's futile. It's absolutely futile, because as you can see, gold itself is touching $1,800 again right now. I mean, it's right on the cusp of $1,800. The all-time high was $1,900 or $1,920, whatever it was, around $1,900 for gold. Granted, silver was $50 and hasn't gone back there yet. But at the same time, nobody attacked silver like the CFTC, or excuse me, the CME group, by screwing with the margin requirements on specifically silver all of last year. Multiple times they destroyed the market in silver. So it's greatly depressed, as I've always said. Even at $30, $20, $40, it's still greatly depressed from where it needs to be, naturally speaking. There are natural laws, or whatever you want to call it, just like you can't defy the law of gravity, not for too long anyway, before it finally kicks back in. You can jump, but you're going to come back down, right? They can press the price of silver down, but it's going to go back up where it belongs. So I know Big Swear was all happy today about his watching the CFTC go after someone for some kind of commodity manipulation position. They were abusing their position in some, it wasn't silver or gold, it was some other commodity. I don't even know what it was. Coffee beans or some crap, I don't even remember. But he's tending to think they're gearing up, you know, they're going to start going after JP Morgan soon. Well, I don't know, but I do know one thing. The looking into by the CFTC, the investigation into the silver manipulation, now that they cannot hide the fact that it was absolutely manipulated, because that guy, Andrew Maguire from London, blew the whistle twice in a row, very specific, what time they would do it, what day and the time specifically, and right on the dot they did it. Therefore, he knew in advance this was an operation happening here, a takedown on the silver markets. Therefore, the CFTC, who was gladly looking the other way, at that point cannot look the other way, and they cannot say, well, it was just a pure chance, you know, that all these groups of guys happened to sell their silver positions at the same time and push the price down and shorted the market and made money at the same time. Can't say that. So what they have been saying is, we're still investigating. Well, how about now? It's been a couple years. We're still investigating. Well, not quite a couple years, whatever. We're still investigating. Well, how about now? We're still investigating. What have you found so far? We can't speak about that because we're still investigating. But you can only do that for so long. They all understand, well, we're going to have to come out soon, and we know we're going to have to probably point the finger at JP Morgan or some traders, some group somewhere, and naturally it's going to be tied to JP Morgan one way or the other. And the day that that comes, you could imagine what's the outcome going to be on the commodities markets? What's going to happen? People are going to say, hey, they manipulated the market, and I'm going to assume by that time the position limit rules that the CFTC is kicking down the can down the road right now will finally be in place, and then they'll just say, well, they did it and we caught them, and this new position limit rule should take care of that. And then maybe the price of silver will go somewhat of a free market. But at the same time, markets don't matter when demand all of a sudden starts surging. And if you look at the numbers of precious metals, both gold and silver, they're not slowing down. They are not slowing down. They are being bought up left and right, both gold and silver. And there's still, you know, for whatever reason, there's still quite a bit of people in the paper market playing that game. But when you look at the numbers of people, and they're again on the long side, there's quite a few people. The short side is only the commercials. And a subscriber of mine brought up a good point. He's like, you know, man, I've been looking at some of the early 2009 and I think he even said maybe 2010 charts, or yeah, somewhere around there. I know 2009 for sure. And he said there were several times that the commercial positions were very short, massively short compared to their long positions. And then the large speculators and the small speculators were also long, just like right now and as of the last 3 weeks when a lot of people were long except for the commercials, which are the banks. And he pointed out that the price of silver still rose significantly, even though the commercials held that net short position, big time short position. So, you know, like I say, it's hard to really speculate on when it will do this or when specifically it'll do that. When's the price going to do this? When's the manipulation going to stop? You know, if I was a member of the club, I'd be able to tell you that with absolute certainty. Like about as good as Lindsey Williams can tell you what the price of oil is going to be, what conflicts are going to start, you know, paper, all that stuff, paper money, what's going to happen, you know, because of his oil insider, his retired oil executive friend that tells him everything. I don't have that. Nobody on YouTube has that. So we have to look at the crumbs of what these guys are doing, eating in their little meetings, and we're picking up the crumbs saying, okay, that looks good, that looks good, that looks good. Let's put a little bit of a forensic analysis here. And the bottom line is, you know, while I'm sitting here doing weekly videos and stuff, I told you from day one, this is a long-term investment, meaning multiple years, several years, not a few years, several years. The only benefit that I said would be, I don't think you're going to have to wait way out there years. You're going to see very good numbers very soon. And again, I've said that in 2010, $18 silver. Shortly after that, 2011 comes around, we're at 50. That's a massive drive in the price of silver. So, of course, it came back down. We saw 26, 27. We're back up to $35 and some change today. It was like 35. What was the high today? I don't know, 35 and something, 35.50, somewhere around there. I don't even remember right now. 35.38, somewhere. So, the bottom line, keep stacking. Keep avoiding bozos like Bozo Beast and others who only come out when the price drops. Now, Bozo Beast exposed his hand the other day in advance, which I commend him. Bozo Beast, thanks for saying that in advance without waiting for it to happen first and then saying, oh, I told you so. Because you really didn't tell us someone so if it happens, and then you say that I said it did. You got to say it in advance. Thank God your comment was on there that silver was going to drop $1.45 the next day on Wednesday, and it didn't move at all, only to go up $1.11, whatever the actual high was today. $1.25 move, period, in the upward side. So don't listen to these idiots. Don't listen to these fools. Buy paper. Buy paper assets if you want to. You're going to get your clock cleaned. You've got to buy gold and silver. Again, forget gold. Stick with silver. Why? Because silver is massively manipulated downward. Just massively. When silver hit $50, gold wasn't, you know, I mean, first of all, in the 80s, gold was like $8.50, hit the high. Back then, silver was $50, hit the high then. Of course, it was manipulated by the Hunt brothers. So, if you took the same things today, $8.50 times 2, I mean, that's where we're at right now with gold, roughly. So why isn't silver double 50? Silver should be $100. If you do the math and the numbers where it belongs, $100 is not even where it belongs. A 20 to 1 or 16 to 1 ratio with gold is where it belongs, which would mean if gold was $1,600 today on a 16 to 1 ratio, silver should be $100 right now, right this second. Silver is $35 right now, and gold is almost $1,800. So silver should be like $1.10, $1.15, $1.20, you know, 120, 115. And it's not. It's down to $30. And I know people get upset. Oh, why they're because you get mad when you know someone's rigging something. It'd be like a sports team that you keep, you know, playing against, and you know they're cheating. The refs know they're cheating. The refs are helping them cheat, and you just got to keep playing against them, and it sucks. And we have to keep waiting for the price to rise. But at the same time, all these new subscribers that come my way, just finding out about these things, what about them? I say, fine, let it stay down. Let the prices stay low. Even though I'm ready any day now for the prices to rise. I've got the silver I've been wanting to have for a long time now, and I keep stacking. I'm buying more. But these new people, I'd hate to see $100 and something silver for them saying, oh, I want to get in now. Well, I'm sorry that you found my video now when you should have found it 2 years ago. But, you know, sorry about your luck. I don't want to have to do that. So let the price stay low. Go ahead. 35, I'll keep buying. I'm buying all the time still. So, anyways, looks like there's some movement in the precious metals markets towards the upside. We'll have to see where that goes. Take care.